anything change for you over the last 24 hours?
Peaking.
Natural gas may be peaking.
And that is causing people to say, well, wait a sec, isn't that and the incendiary comments by Senator Warren about throwing the bum out, Jay Powell? I think that we're already about 20 hours removed from that.
Yeah.
By the way, I thought that was over the top, and I am the king of the over the top.
Yeah, so. Let's listen to it and then
already.
And then react.
It's 9:02.
I know, but you mentioned it. We might as well listen to Senator Warren yesterday. As you point out, it was during the hearings yesterday that we were taking live. But hear what she had to say about Powell.
Over and over, you have acted to make our banking system less safe, and that makes you a dangerous man to head up the Fed, and it's why I will oppose your renomination.
And many people scratching their heads in terms of what she might be referring to, Jim.
Dangerous man. Well, dangerous in what way?
I didn't detail how he's made the banking system less safe.
I mean, the banking system theoretically has more cash than it ever had. I mean, the other day, he put the wood to Charlie Scharf and Wells Fargo, even though they got plenty of.
Does it matter that Warren says this? Does it actually make a difference?
It got people to be able to speculate. It got her on TV, and I know she's better than that. I wish she would take this back. I think she should take back the word dangerous. I think she may think that banks are less highly regulated. But what are you going to do? The banks have gotten better. Do you just stay? On top of them even more? I don't know. Our banks versus I'm speaking to Anna Boutine tomorrow, the largest bank in Europe.
Yes,
Banco Santander.
Right.
And those banks would wish to have what we have. So I'm taking off the table the dangerous. I thought it was unfair.
All right. Do you think it has any impact on the market, though?
It did yesterday.
Right.
Yes. You had natural gas soaring. You had the lines for gasoline. You had Evergrande.
Well, you had the lines for gasoline in the UK due to trucker shortage because they can't get the gasoline to the actual petrol stations.
I put up 6 things yesterday. I said if one of them goes right, then we can bounce. But we can only bounce. We're seasonally in a bad shape. I don't know, David. I mean, I know Novogratz was on. Novogratz entertaining, but in reality, he's very good in saying that we're only down 4 or 5% from the S&P.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of people who are trading options furiously on Robinhood. That's a great indicator to me that there's still too much excessive speculation in the market. There's still stocks that come up. You can see them on the bottom, David, on what we call the crawl.
Yeah, I know.
There's always.
I love how you watch that.
I do because that's called pump and dump.
Yeah.
That's pump, and then later on you got dump. Or BGL.
Lucid's
That's
up
bag
again.
them, gun them, and liquidate them.
Bag them, gun them. Lucid's going to have a nice move again. They're actually starting to deliver, starting production. We'll see how that stock performs 25 minutes.
But Dave, we're at an inflection point because
is.
what's happened is that the ones that are most negative, like a Micron, I think could conceivably rally.
Okay, well, let's talk Micron because it wasn't the report, it was the guidance.
Yeah, but it was guidance for the next quarter, and it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought.
Okay, because where's my here? Wedbush says this on Micron. I want to get your take.
Wedbush from Micron says that Tesla's too low.
Micron's guidance revolves around whether the memory industry is entering a prolonged down cycle versus encountering a more modest demand blip that will correct relatively quickly. Which do you think it is?
I'm in the latter camp. I'm speaking to Sanjay Mehrotra after this show.
Yes.
And I think the fact is that he only guided the first quarter down, and he didn't guide gross margins down big, which means there's no glut. In the feast or famine situation we've had in previous Micron, it's glut or famine. We don't have that, and I think a lot of it's because it's no longer just PC, even though it's still about 75% DRAM.
Yeah.
There are other forces at work that are keeping DRAMs from being deployed, and that has to do with shortages of other chips. Think autos.
Right.
When you speak to Jim Farley, by the way, we didn't make nearly enough about what Farley did yesterday.
Well, we did spend a little bit of time on it, certainly, and obviously Squawk had him on, but I agree.
Twice the number of batteries of Mr. Tesla.
Yeah.
And Kathy Wood sold a huge amount of Tesla yesterday. And Tesla is playing ball with the PRC. I don't think this is as easy sledding. I'd rather back Farley over Musk.
Really?
Yes.